Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Aziz Samuel Abdul Aziz Boubaous. I'm the CEO and founder of the whole Wealth Group, from wealth consulting to wealth corporate services provider to wealth estate to private processing. And I converted to Islam 2 years ago, Alhamdulillah. And one of the first terms that I learned in Islam is the term of hijrah, which means if you are a Muslim who's living in the West, you should try to actually move to a Muslim country where the people are not against your religion, where you can actually practice your religion. It's actually much better. But a lot of people are afraid of leaving the West because they think they can't do business in other countries, they are afraid of not taking care of their family, or they are afraid of living in a desert without greenery, or not having the same conveniences or infrastructure anymore. And you don't need to worry, because I can tell you that Muslim cities, Muslim countries are overall the best places in the world. I realized this even before I was a Muslim, that places like where I'm right now here in ADGM in Abu Dhabi, that these are one of the best cities in the world for business, for low crime, for absolutely everything. So let's start with my favorite list. The first city on my list is Istanbul. Istanbul, Turkey overall, is a secular Muslim country, so not a completely Muslim country, but it's definitely the best option in Europe. Istanbul has a lot of history, originally Constantinople in the Ottoman Empire, and I still feel this vibe because in the morning you hear the loud adhan, it's really loud, and normally you see a lot of mosques from your window, you hear the adhan from all directions. And yes, there are Western areas, but there are also definitely really traditional areas in Istanbul. Then you have a great airport because you can fly to almost every single destination around the world with Turkish Airlines, even to the smallest airports in this world. And you are still in the center of the world. You can drive to every single destination in Europe. You can have your yacht there at the Black Sea and just drive to a lot of great destinations. And it's easy to integrate in Turkey. For $400,000 investment into real estate, you get the citizenship by investment and of course also the residency. So it's still easy as a Muslim, it's no issue at all, and also just a great place to live. It's definitely one of the most affordable places to live from my whole list. So Turkey is definitely still a good recommendation. And you have more European weather, you have 4 seasons, more fresh air, especially in the winter. You have a lot of greenery, but you also have a lot of great places around Istanbul and whole Turkey. So I'm a big fan of Turkey. The food is great and definitely a huge recommendation. The second city on my list is where we are right now, and this is Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi is definitely great. Most people right now are moving to the UAE, to Dubai, and Dubai is definitely great. But if you want a little bit more traditional lifestyle, a little bit more down-to-earth lifestyle, more family-oriented, then Abu Dhabi is definitely the place to go. Abu Dhabi is a lot of old money, which means the people that show wealth here are actually wealthy and not just pretending to be wealthy. You have the royal family here. It's the capital city of the UAE. Most oil money is here. It's the biggest emirate in the whole UAE. Then you have great real estate developers like Alda. In Abu Dhabi, you have great places to live. You have here Al Maya Island, you have Saadiyat Island, you have Yas Island. There are so many great projects that I can recommend to you. We already showed you the Saadiyat Lagoons Villa in Saadiyat Island, absolutely beautiful, and I love Abu Dhabi. It's extremely business friendly. I mean, here in ADGM you still have a tax exemption on a lot of activities. A lot of our clients are setting up a foundation here for asset protection, investing in real estate here. The best banks are mostly from here: FAB, First Abu Dhabi Bank, VIO, a part of FAB, ADCB, Abu Dhabi Commercial Bank, then you have ADIB, Abu Dhabi Islamic Bank. So it's the whole infrastructure. Then you have the new terminal from Etihad, which is the most beautiful terminal in the world. Great first-class lounge. Etihad is great, not on Emirates level, but you can fly to almost every single destination in the world with business class or first class, or you can even fly with Etihad the Residence to London or New York. I showed you this three-room suite in the sky, so you have more than enough business possibilities, more than enough conveniences. It's one of the safest cities in the world. It's the city with the highest GDP per capita in the world. Then you have the largest sovereign investment fund in the world, so a lot of wealth, and I'm just a huge fan of Abu Dhabi. The third city on our list is Sharjah, also in the UAE. Sharjah is the perfect alternative to Abu Dhabi if you want to stay closer to Dubai, if you have your office in Dubai or your business in Dubai and you need to spend most of your time in Dubai. Abu Dhabi is great, but still it's 1.5 hours drive, while Sharjah is 30-40 minutes drive. And I showed you Tilal City, Masaba Errada, the project in Sharjah. And this project alone is enough to move to Sharjah because you have beautiful villas for $1 to $2 million, perfect greenery. You have a beautiful mosque in Sharjah, and Sharjah is definitely the most conservative emirate in the whole UAE. No alcohol, no clubs, no bars, no beach clubs, but you have mosque, you have the Islamic University, and that's why people love Sharjah. You don't have the same infrastructure like here in Abu Dhabi, but you're close to Dubai, which means it's only 10 minutes drive to Dubai International Airport. So you are close to Emirates, where you can obviously fly all over the world with Emirates first class. So this is great. And then you have the same banking access like everywhere in the UAE. You can get the golden visa. It's all the same. It's tax friendly. So Sharjah is definitely a great alternative. City number 4 on our list is Doha in Qatar. This is basically the hidden gem of the Middle East. It's a lot of times underrated because people are focused on the UAE mostly and now a little bit on Saudi Arabia with the Saudi vision, while nobody really pays a lot of attention to Doha, Qatar. And this is why it's actually so nice to live. Why? Because it's a great combination, and it's basically a mix of Abu Dhabi and Dubai, because the city picture is like Dubai. You have downtown, you have a marina, you have, instead of Palm Jumeirah, you have Pearl Island, but people are more traditional, and what's stunning is it's just absolutely quiet. If you walk around in the evening on this marina, on Pearl Islands, it's like that. No people at all. And for people who are too stressed from the Dubai lifestyle, because it's so many people, which is actually really great for business, for these people, Doha in Qatar can be a great alternative because you can have a quiet life and it's still only a short flight to the UAE or to Saudi Arabia. And with a residency, with an investment into real estate, you can have a good residence permit. So Doha in Qatar can be a good option. The airline is also great. I don't put it on the same level like Emirates or Etihad, but Qatar Airways, not bad. You can have even your private jet flights there with Qatar Airways, also great first class. So you see that all the cities in the Middle East, what are the best airlines in the world? You have Emirates, you have Etihad, you have Qatar Airways. So you already see that the first world Muslim countries are actually the safest, most developed, tax-friendly, business-friendly places in the world. So for you as a Muslim, it's actually extremely easy to do hijrah and to move to these beautiful, great places which give you all a residence permit just by a simple investment. And it's your duty anyways as a man to take care of business. City number 5 on our list is Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. Riyadh and Saudi Arabia overall is obviously, I would say, the most halal version of all the city, of all these places, because you still feel the difference, of course. You're in the Holy Land of Saudi Arabia, you are close to Mecca, Medina, and people are still more closer to the faith. There are disadvantages and there are advantages. The disadvantages compared to the options that I named you before is simply that it's dry. it's not green, it's not as developed yet as all the other places, which can be hard, especially if you come from Europe and maybe you don't see this right now, but you are used to greenery, you're used to this nature, and now it's all of a sudden completely dry. And I realized this when I spent a lot of time in Riyadh in summer, that it can take a toll on you. This is the huge disadvantage, but the advantages are huge, obviously. Saudi Arabia is still the #1 country in the world for Muslims, no doubt at all. And even if you see these changes, which are seen a lot of times as negative, still, it's the best city in the world, the best country in the world for Muslims. So you hear the prayer call, and the vibe is just overall 100% halal, and you just feel you need to practice more Islam. So definitely great. And you're close to the Saudi Vision 2030, which means you're close to all the possibilities of this vision. And Riyadh is just developing more and more and more. Now you already have Diriyah, where you have a lot of luxurious residences coming soon, inshallah. Then you have this diplomatic quarter. So if you give Riyadh a few more years, it will be probably my favorite city in the world. I already filmed a vlog about my first experience in Riyadh, and you saw that I just felt the vibe. For me, it was just absolutely great. In Ramadan, it's just another level. While you feel close to Islam in Istanbul or here in the UAE, Saudi Arabia, you just can't compare Saudi Arabia to these places, obviously. And city number 6, the last city for today, is Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. Guys, this was really hard for me to choose because you guys know I love Asia overall. I love Singapore, I love Thailand, I love Indonesia, I love everything in Asia. But if you look at the pure, real Muslim country and the favorite Muslim city in Asia, where I just see most clients of us choose it, is Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, because Malaysia is just great. It's a Muslim country, air quality is good, it's overall developed, the airport connectivity is not bad, there are good Islamic banks, and it's actually very comparable to Singapore, but as a Muslim and a little bit cheaper version. Me personally, I didn't feel the vibe 100%, so I definitely wouldn't live there. But I see that a lot of people are definitely fans of Kuala Lumpur. Even non-Muslim people love Kuala Lumpur. The same like non-Muslims love Dubai, love Abu Dhabi, love Istanbul, because the cities are just great anyways. So Kuala Lumpur is definitely a recommendation, but you need to see this by yourself. You should travel to all these places because every person has different preferences and every person perceives these places a little bit different. So you should just convince yourself. If you don't like Kuala Lumpur, you have a lot of other options around Malaysia, which can be, for example, the southern provinces of Thailand, which are also Muslim provinces, or you have Singapore, which is not a Muslim country, Muslim city, but really Muslim friendly. That's at least what I saw. And then you obviously have Indonesia. I wanted to mention Indonesia in this video because Indonesia is one of the best Muslim countries in the world. Probably you have Saudi Arabia #1, Indonesia #2, but there's just not this perfect capital city that I can recommend you in this video. Jakarta is nice, they have a good financial district, it's a huge city, but of course there's air pollution, it's a little bit chaos, and it's sinking. And as soon as there's the new capital city of Indonesia, then maybe it will be better. Probably I would live in Indonesia, not in the city. I would live in a more calm space. So Indonesia is great, just not the #1 recommendation when it comes to a city. And obviously there are much more options all over the world, but this would just make this video too long. So I hope this short guide could help you guys. And if you want to learn more about how we can help you to grow and protect your wealth, then just go to wealthconsulting.com, book a call with us, and I would say see you at the call, see you in the next video, or see you in real life.